OSBC brings you the news. News across the country.
Good evening, here is the news across the country. I am Tim Tokwe Olajuwola. Osun Governor reiterates commitments to ensure peaceful coexistence across the state. President Buhari tasked politicians to reinforce peace. Entertainment news examines Akbala as a traditional Yoruba music genre. Navy burns boat with 273 PMS drums. Governor Adeboye has reiterated his commitment towards ensuring peaceful coexistence and infrastructural development across the state. The governor gave the assurance at Olode in Ife South Local Council Development Area while presenting the staff of office to the new Olu of Ayekpe Olode Town, Oba Olayemi Yekini Omishore. Governor's office correspondent Sonya Onorinde files and details.
Governor was shown hereby present the staff of office and instrument of appointment to His Royal Highness of Olayemi Yekini Omishore, the Olu of Olowo Town, Olode. Congratulations.
That was the presentation of instrument and staff of office to the new Olu of Ayekpe Olode Town in Ife South Local Council Development Area of Osun State, Oba Olayemi Yekini Omishore, and Nibijuwon the first by Governor Adeboye Oyetola. Governor Oyetola admonished the sons and daughters of the town to cooperate with the monarch in bringing development to the town and its environment. The governor emphasized that his administration will continue to strive for peaceful coexistence and infrastructural developments across the state.
We must all work together to develop and sustain the love, unity, and cultural heritage that make Olowo Town tick as we bask in the euphoria of the new administration of our Kabiyesi. I want to say that our government will not relent in sustaining the peace, progress, and development of our state. We shall continue to judiciously utilize the meager resources at the disposal of the state to spread the dividends of democracy to all the nooks and crannies of our state. I wish to seize this opportunity to engage you to reciprocate our good gesture by discharging your civic responsibilities through regular payment of taxes and other levies to enable the government to do more.
In his response, the new monarch, who spoke through Prince Kunle Omishore while extolling the virtue of Governor Adeboye Oyetola, maintained that the monarch will operate an open door and all-inclusive tenor. Oba Olayemi Yekini Omishore appealed to Governor Adeboye Oyetola to complete all ongoing developmental projects in the town and across the state.
I thank the governor and his team for the success recorded so far in the electrification project. I want to candidly appeal to His Excellency to ensure that the project is commissioned in due course. On security, we shall endeavor to improve and sustain the security and safety of our lives and property. Our streets and roads must be kept safe and secure. We appeal to all our citizens to support our efforts. Security of Olode Town is our collective business.
Oba Olayemi Yekini Omishore, an engineer, succeeded Oba Olajide David Omishore, who died in 2021. From the governor's office, Sonya Onorinde reporting.
In a related development, Osun State Governor Mr. Adeboye Oyetola has expressed total commitment of his administration to enhance communal growth and peace. Governor Oyetola stated this at the coronation of Oba Anthony Obisoya Bonjolosun III as the Dominus of Idominus Rofiat Salami covered the event. Here are details as presented from our studios.
Amidst pomps and pageantry, people of Idominasi converge in their numbers, welcoming the new Adominasi Oba Anthony Obisanya Pojolosun 3, singing in their local dialects. Speaking at the occasion, Governor Adegboyega Oyetola appreciated the people of Idominasi for always embracing peace and showing love to their monarch. Governor Oyetola, who was represented by one of his special advisors, Honorable Ilori, explained that the choice of Oba Anthony Obisanya as the paramount ruler of Idominasi as blessing to the entire indigene of the town, urging the royal father to be focused and not be autocratic in ruling his people. The governor noted that the development of his town should always be paramount to him, urged indigenes of Idominasi to support their monarch in developing their common heritage. Speaking in an interview, the Adominasi of Idominasi, Oba Anthony Obisanya Pojolosun 3, appreciated God, whom he said specially ordained him for exotic throne of Idominasi. Oba Obisanya, who noted that the culture and customs of the ancient town will be preserved, also expressed his readiness to bring development to it.
He is so excited and happy that God makes it possible. God, who has been a faithful God, who promised ever before now that this day will come, and I saw it happening. So may his name be praised forever in Jesus' name.
Calling on the sons and daughters of the town to support him in the job of taking Idominasi to a greater height. The royal father, who could not hide his joy, blessed his subjects, the town, and Osun State as a whole. Shortly after his coronation, Oba Obisanya honored some personalities with chieftaincy status as custom demands. The coronation program climaxed with the presentation of staff of office and certificate to the natural ruler. In the meantime, a Thanksgiving service holds tomorrow morning at the Apostolic Gospel Church, Okeomiru, Ilesha.
Osun State Governor Mr. Adegboyega Oyetola has adjured the people to continue to complement government's efforts in enhancing the security of lives and property to further advance the course of development. Governor Oyetola gave this charge at this year's Ikire Day celebration held at Ayedade Grammar School, Ikire. OSBC correspondent Adibare Jimakinde has the details.
Governor Adegboyega Oyetola enjoined the entire citizenry to always exhibit love to one another, dwell in unity, and complement government efforts towards enhancing the security of the state. Governor Oyetola, who spoke through his deputy, Mr. Benedict Alabi, admonished the people to always remember their source in life and contribute to its progress and development, while also thanking them for the support given to his administration. He equally joined the Akiri of Ikire Kingdom, Oba Olatunde Falabi Lambeloye III, expressing appreciation to the sons and daughters of the town for the giving support to the development of the town. The royal fathers of the day was Oni of Ife Oba Enita Ogunwusi Ojaja II, represented by Oba Omawuni Badiru. The event also had in attendance other royal fathers from the areas. Other dignitaries at the event included the Commissioner for Finance, Mr. Bola Oibamiji, Member, House of Representatives Honorable Taiwo Oluga, Local Government Chairman, among other political stalwarts. Adibare Ejimagide, OSBC News.
Meanwhile, Olu Inisha of Inisha, Oba Joseph Oladunjoye Fashikun II, has appreciated the efforts of Osun State Governor Mr. Adegboyega Oyetola towards the development of the ancient town. The royal father expressed the appreciation at the 31st Inisha Day celebration held at Inisha Parks and Garden, Okwa Road, Inisha. Olaide Adegboyero, who covered the event, now reports.
Sons and daughters of Inisha gathered today at Inisha Parks and Garden to witness Inisha Day, the 31st of its kind, aimed at bringing together indigenes and well-wishers of the ancient town across the country and in diaspora to contribute immensely to the development of the town. Addressing the gathering at the occasion, the royal host, who doubles as the Olu Inisha of Inisha, Oba Joseph Oladunjoye Fasikun II, poured encomiums on his subjects towards their support to the development development of the town. Oba Oladunjoye maintained that the town is still underdeveloped and still yearning for many things from the government, such as good roads, social amenities, stable electricity, among others.
We have been neglected for long. We hope things appear to be changing. We are yearning for many things. A better road network, a better social amenities, and so on.
Speaking in an interview, the chairman of Inisa Descendants Union, Pastor Bayo Downsi, appreciated the indigents of Inisa home and abroad for their immense contributions towards taking the town to greater heights, urging them to keep up the support.
The bilingual school as the construction work has started there. The solar projects that the town has been pursuing, we're able to finally get the CO4. So the processes are on now to really hit the ground and run. So
in her remarks, the chairperson Inisa Day Planning Committee, Mrs. Christy Oyewole, applauded the members of the committee for rallying round her to make the occasion a successful one. Senator representing Osun Central, Dr. Ajibola Bashiru, after his bountiful donation, lauded people of Inisa for remaining progressive and urged them to keep the flag flying. The event climaxed with raffle draw, where people won several gifts, such as TVS motorcycle, sewing machine, grinding machine, among others. For OSBC News, this is Olaide Adegbero.
Nigerians have been admonished to eat balanced diet and reduce excess intake of carbonated drinks and food so as to avert health-related issues. Aragbiji of Iragbiji, Oba Abdurrashid Olabomi Odundo IV gave the admonition at the opening ceremony of the Diabetes Awareness and Treatment Programs organized by Osun Lions Club International in Iragbiji. Our reporter Oluwatobiloba Odunuga has the details.
While declaring open a free diabetes awareness, screening and treatment program of the Lions Club International District 404B2 Nigeria, Osun Axis, Aragbiji of Iragbiji, Oba Abdurrashid Olabomi, Ododo IV, who was appreciative to the club, urged members of the public to reduce the excess intake of carbonated drinks and food, which is capable of causing them to have diabetes. Oba Olabomi enjoined all to always go for medical checkups, adding that this habit will help them know their health status so as to keep fit to avert any health crisis.
The sense of my speech to the people, and by extension, the people of Osun, Nigerians, and all over the world, is that we should be very careful because we are what we eat. If we control our edibles, what we eat very well, if we reduce morbid intake of carbohydrates and sugar-related foods, then it will reduce the extent to which we will accumulate sugar into our body, and by that run away from having diabetes.
In their separate remarks, the Southwest Governor of Lions Club International, Nigeria, Mr. Lekon Wolabi, who was represented by Mr. Ademola Adesoye, and Chairperson Committee of the 2023 World Diabetes Day, Mrs. Toyin Adesoye, noted that the core focus and objective of the Lions Club is to serve voluntarily to empower people to partner to improve health and well-being of all, and also to strengthen communities and support those in need through humanitarian services and grants that impact lives globally. The duo noted that to make the vision of the Lions Club International realizable, the Lions Club Osun Axis organized the Diabetes Awareness and Treatment Exercise to mark World Diabetes Day.
We have focus for environment enhancement. We have focus for diabetes, both training, education, treatment, and even provision of infrastructure like building hospital centers for diabetes.
It is one of the top projects of Lion which we used to do think of Monday, that's why we are going to which is November 12th.
The members of the public were opportune to check their blood pressure, weight and sugar level tests, and treatments were conducted for all. Oluwa Tobiloba, Odunuga, OSBC News.
The Bauchi State government says it has recorded 16 Lassa fever deaths and 130 confirmed infections in the state. The State Commissioner for Health, Mr. Sabihu Gualabi, disclosed this while briefing newsmen at the end of the State Executive Council meeting in Bauchi. Act by the growing wave of election-related violence across the country, President Muhammadu Buhari has warned politicians about the consequences of their actions, warning them to rein in their thugs or risk commensurate backlash from law enforcement agencies. According to him, the federal government is concerned about the resort to violence by politicians, saying within a space of 1 month, 32 such incidents have been recorded. This is the news across the country, coming to you from Osun State Broadcasting Corporation, Voice of the West, Nigeria. Now, a mid-news message. Weekend is synonymous and are always full of merriment. Be moderate as you go about wining and dining this weekend. OSBC Entertainment News today examine Akpala as a traditional Yoruba music genre. Lolade Oluojegbeje has details.
Akpala music is a genre of Yoruba music developed by the Ijebu people of Ogun State. Akpala initially appeared as a form of religious entertainment and was originally linked to the months of Ramadan. Its quick evolution made it become a form of general entertainment amongst Muslims. The music genre was very popular in the 50s and 60s. Akpala dominantly uses the talking drum, the ratu shekere, the bell agogo, and the agidigbo, a tone piano played by the lead singer to synchronize melodies. Backing vocalists maintain the standard Yoruba call and response structure throughout each song. Initially, the most successful Akpala band leaders were drummers, but from the 50s, Aruna Ishola became the major pioneer of the genre. Late Alhaji Ayinla Omowura was another important figure in the Akpala music scene. Some of Nigeria's popular Akpala musicians include Aruna Ishola, Ayinla Omowura, Adeleke Aremu, Nigali Mukaiba, among others. Akpala's lyrics are carefully created to convey messages. It gained wide popularity as a result of its deep philosophical and profound lyrics, as well as the complexity of its rhythmic patterns. In an interview with OSBC Entertainment News, Mr. Lateef Agbola, a fan of Akpala music, explained that Akpala was carefully created to convey messages and preserve the Yoruba culture.
Akpala is a kind of a Yoruba traditional genre designed by musicians of the old. Those two messages then were inspirations. Those two messages were a kind of guidance to the old and youngs. And the lyrics then are full of messages that are good in praising, good in virtue, and the rest. People like Aruna Ishola, Sakala Igbade, Ligali Mokeba, Adeba Babarisi, Ayinla Omowura, and the host of others, including Ese Akababa Waidi, they use the Akpala music not only for entertainment purpose, but for the purpose of current affairs. When something was going on in town, they use their music to sensitize the people.
Akpala music is distinguished from other genres of music by the creative efforts its pioneers put into it. While other musical genres like Fuji, Juju, and Afrobeats incorporated elements from contemporary Western styles, Akpala remains distinctively attached to traditional Yoruba instrumentation and forms. The Akpala musicians then kept the style alive during the 1970s, but by the 80s the genre had been taken over by Fuji, another Yoruba musical genre. Lolade Olu Ojegbeje for OSBC Entertainment News.
Management of Osun State Polytechnic Ire is set to conduct the second batch of the computer-based test (CBT) for applicants of the institution who missed the previous one conducted by the institution last month. The CBT, according to a statement by the registrar of the institution, Mr. Busari Salawu, would come up on Monday next week at the institution's ICT center in the morning. The statement urged applicants who missed the previous one to register for the CBT on the institution's portal or osunpoly.com with a sum of 3,000 naira only. It would be recalled that the Polytechnic conducted its qualifying test for those who obtained the admission application form for the Higher National Diploma Program of the institution for the 2022-2023 session of the institution. Operatives of the Nigerian Navy ship NNS Victory has set ablaze a wooden boat laden with premium motor spirit along the Calabar waterways. The base operation officer of NNS Victory, Lieutenant CDR Isaac Ayogo, said Navy intercepted the suspects en route Agbani Oil Terminal. An Islamic cleric, Sheikh Najim Din Abubakar, has expressed the need for individuals to impact positively while alive, as doing so is part of religion. Sheikh Abubakar gave the advice at a special prayer organized for the late Iyasuna of Iwo, Alaja Samirat Urielowo. Here are details.
Non-politicians stormed the King's Riverside Resort, Iwo, venue of the special prayer held for the late Iyasuna of Iwo. Selected verses of the glorious Quran were read as supplications for the repose of her soul. In a sermon at the program attended by the Oluwo of Iwo, Oba Abdurrashid Adewale Akambitelu I, his chiefs and some elders in the ancient town, Sheikh Najim Din Abubakar described death as inevitable, which every soul will taste. He expressed the need for individuals to live an exemplary life that will be worthy of emulation in service to God and mankind. Describing the late Iyasuna of Iwo, Alaja Samirat Uriolowo, as devoted Muslim while alive, the Islamic cleric noted that her impact was not only felt by the Muslim community alone but the non-Muslim as well. Praying Allah to grant her a place in Al-Jannah, Sheikh Abubakar urged individuals to abstain from sin, love their neighbors as themselves, and worship their Creator regularly, as all deeds will be rewarded in the life thereafter. Speaking shortly after the special prayer, one of the children of the deceased, Senator Adelere Oriolowo, described his mother as a caring and virtuous woman whose departure from the world will be greatly missed. According to Senator Oriolowo, his mother deceased detest lying and hypocrisy, legacy that cannot be compromised by her children. Pray Allah to grant her Al-Jannah Firdaus. The federal lawmaker described the death of Alaja Samirat Oriolowo as painful but took solace in the fact that she lived a fulfilled life. After the prayer section, guests were hosted to a civic reception.
Portuguese side Boavista have celebrated Bruno Onyemaechi's maiden invitation to the Super Eagles for the international friendly against Portugal. Omotayo Adebodu has the details of this and more on Sports Updates.
Coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Jose Pizarro, has unveiled his 23-man squad for the international friendly game against 2022 World Cup bound Portugal in Lisbon on Thursday, 17th of November. The list of invited players was announced by the Nigeria Football Federation's communication department. Among some of the notable names are Captain William Ekong, Francis Uzo, Wilfred Ndidi, Calvin Bassi, Kelvin Apoguma, Joe Aribo, Alex Iwobi, Moses Simon, Ademola Lukman, and Victor Oshime. The quartet of Ogenekare Tebo, Tyron Ebuchi, Paul Onuachu, and Olisa Inda are making a return to the team. Meanwhile, Portugal-based Bruno Onyemaechi and Fenerbahce's Bright Osayi Samuel are called up for the first time. The international friendly game between the Eagles and Portugal will take place inside the Estadio Jose Alvalade in Lisbon and will kick off at 7:45 p.m. Nigeria time. This is the first time the Eagles and Portugal would meet at the senior level. In the meantime, Jurgen Klopp has been given a one-match touchline suspension after the Football Association appealed against the sanction he received for his sending off against Manchester City. The Liverpool manager initially received a £30,000 fine from an independent regulatory commission. The FA appealed after reviewing the commission's written reasons. The ban is with immediate effect and occurred during today's home game against Southampton. Klopp was dismissed in the win against City after he berated a referee's assistant when a foul was not given for a challenge on Reds forward Mohamed Salah. Klopp was charged with a breach of FA Rule E3, which covers comments which are improper, which brings the game into disrepute, which are threatening, abusive, indecent, or insulting. In another development, Jack Draper's run at the next Gents ATP Finals in Milan ended in the semi-finals following a 4-set defeat to the United States Brandon Nakashima. Third seed Draper, who is 20 years, lost 4-3, 1-4, 4-2, 4-3 to last season's beating semi-finalist in the ATP Tour tournament for its best young player. World number 41, Draper has enjoyed a stunning breakthrough campaign, starting the year ranked 265, but forcing his way into the season-ending event, which acts as a signpost to the game's up-and-coming young talents. Spain's Carlos Alcaraz, the US Open champion and current world number 1, won the title in 2020 with the likes of Yannick Sinner and Stefanos Tsitsipas victorious in previous years. Omotayo Adebodu, OSBC.
To end the news across the country, here again are the major points. Governor Adebowale Tola has restated his commitment towards ensuring peaceful coexistence and infrastructural development across Osun State. Governor Tola gave the assurance at Olode in Ife South Local Council Development Area while presenting the staff of office to the new Olu of Ayekpe Olode Town, Oba Olayemi Yekini Omishore. Helped by the growing wave of election-related violence across the country, President Muhammadu Buhari has warned politicians about the consequences of their actions, warning them to rein in their thugs or risk commensurate backlash from law enforcement agencies. Akwala, a traditional Yoruba musical genre, caught the attention of OSBC Entertainment News today. And that was the news across the country, edited by Tim Olayiwola. For more about us, visit www.osbc.org. Thanks for listening.
You are live. On Osun Radio. Osun Radio. 104.5 FM.
èròjà tómi bá balẹ̀ omi ànípa ọ̀wọ́ àròjò balẹ̀ tá sàràsàrà èrè àtọ̀sẹ̀ yìí tún gbòde ọmọ aráyé ẹ̀wà bá wa gbọ́ ẹ̀fẹ̀ àti ẹ̀dọ́kí àwàdà làwọn atọ́kùn ètò ni wọn yóò fi ṣíde lọ́jọ́ àìkú ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí tí aago 6 òwúrọ̀ bá ti ro kóńgó lábala àlejò wa ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Akínlóye Jimoh Fáríndé tí ó jẹ́ ààrẹ kò kárí ètò àyájọ́ ọdún ọ̀tún ayé gbajú ti ọdún 2022 pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ ìgbìmọ̀ wọn yóò wà níkàlẹ̀ láti wá bá wa wa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí bí àyájọ́ ọdún yìí yóò ṣe lọ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà la ó máa pàdé town planner Ezekiel Akintunde Ọ̀làdẹ̀jọ Gíwá Ọ̀ṣun State Capital Territory Development Authority. Ó ń bọ̀ wá bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí àtòlú àti mùgbòrò ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Síwájú sí Right Reverend Olúwagbèmíró Fábùlù.
Láti rédíò Ọ̀ṣun 104.5 FM Òṣogbo ní báyìí Ọ̀ṣun tó ṣùpá lè tó tẹ́ ọmọ ọgbọ́n.
ṣùgbọ́n ààrẹ torí òkú máa ṣe wọ̀. Adégbóyèga dòdò ṣùgbọ́n òun ló mọ̀ ọ́. Òṣùpá rẹ̀ torí òkú máa ṣe wọ̀. Ìlérí Olúwa dòdò ṣùgbọ́n òun ló mọ̀ ọ́. Ewé ńlá rẹ̀ kò ní padà rú wẹ́wẹ́ o. Ìlérí Olúwa dàràbà ńlá kò máa níwò. Ewé ńlá rẹ̀ kò ní padà rú wẹ́wẹ́ o. Omi tuntun rú ẹja tuntun yìí wọnú omi ìgbàlásọ ìgbàlẹ̀wò ìgbàlóbìnrin kókò nílé Ìlọrin àsìkò tọ̀gbẹ́ni Gbóyèga Oyètọ́lá la wà nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun yìí o. Lórí ètò Ọ̀ṣun dòṣùpá làwọn ti máa mú ọ̀kan òjọ̀ká akitiyan ìjọba Oyètọ́lá wá fún yín lórí rédíò àti tẹlifíṣàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun OSBC rédíò àti OSBC TV. Ẹ̀yin ẹ̀sà ti darapọ̀ máa tọ́kọ̀ ètò Ọ̀ṣun dòṣùpá Abọ́sẹ̀dé Alóńgẹ́ ní gbogbo ọjọ́ sátidé lórí rédíò àti tẹlifíṣàn Ọ̀ṣun láago 6 àbọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀lẹ́ 6:30 PM. Ọ̀ṣun dòṣùpá ètò tó tàn mọ́lẹ̀ sákìtìyàn ìjọba gómìnà Gbóyèga Oyètọ́lá ni.
A kí ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa lórí ètò Ọ̀ṣun dòṣùpá ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ọ̀tún ètò lónìí àsìkò kọ̀ọ̀kan ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ òpin ọ̀sẹ̀. Ọ̀ṣun dòṣùpá lètò tẹ́ka ìròyìn lọ́fíìsì gómìnà Adégbóyèga Oyètọ́lá lábẹ́ ìdarí ọ̀gbẹ́ni Ismail Oníṣẹ́dọ́gbé kalẹ̀ àti wọn ṣàlàyé àyàn gómìnà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìdàgbàsókè ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun orí ìkànnì rédíò àti tẹlifíṣàn lórí ìgbésẹ pẹ̀lú àwọn ìtàkùn ayélujára wa gbogbo. Ètò yìí ti máa ń dé sétígbó àti ojú ìwòran ní lọ́jọ́jọ́ àbámẹ́ta gẹ́gẹ́ bí àsìkò yìí Abọ́sẹ̀dé Alóńgẹ́ lórúkọ ìwé atọ́kùnìtò. Lónìí ọ̀kan lára àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ ìjọba tó ti wà kálẹ̀ látọjọ́ tàkùrọ̀sọ fún bíi 30 ìṣẹ́jú lórí ètò níbi Olúwarẹ̀ ní olùdámọ̀ràn pàtàkì fún gómìnà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìjọba àbílẹ̀ àti ìjíjẹ àjíǹrere Ràbákì àti Ọ̀ṣun ẹ̀ka òsèlú.
ẹ ṣe wá tọ́ ní Nàìjíríà lọ́wọ́.
ẹ̀ka wàrà.
mo kí gbogbo ènìyàn pínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun o. mo kí ọkùnrin mo kí obìnrin ilẹ̀ ìdílé mi kábàlàgbà káàkiri ìlú ńlá àtẹ̀sẹ̀ tó kú tí ìyá ó máa jẹ́ o.
àbí o ẹ̀sìn kábíyèrè báyìí àdìpé lẹ́nu lọ́lọ́ yìí ìjọba gbègbè tẹ̀ sí akin lórí àwọn ìlú tó wà káàkiri ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun tí ó sọba èyí náà yóò tó báyìí náà lè sì tọ́tọ́ ráwọ̀ mọ́ yìí tí ìjọba jẹ̀ ló ń tẹ̀ ìpè àwọn ọba tíjọba fọwọ́ sí ní ẹ̀sìn kó lọ lẹ́nu lọ́lọ́ yìí mélòó rẹ̀.
ní ẹnu lọ́lọ́ yìí ọba tí ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun tí wọ́n ń jà lónìí yóò lè bí ẹ̀ ní ogún bẹ́ẹ̀ yóò lè bí ẹ̀ lọ́gbọ̀n torí pé ó tó di pé ìbò wáyé nǹkan tó jọ mọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ oyè ẹlẹgẹ́ bá ti wá di pé nǹkan bí ìbò bá ti ń bọ̀ oríṣiríṣi ìtumọ̀ ni wọ́n mọ̀ fún wọ́n lè ti pa ọwọ́ òṣèlú ọ̀pọ̀ ti gbọ́dọ̀ ló sọ àwa rọra kára ojú wọ́n á jẹ́ kí àwọn ilé tí a ti ṣe ni wọ́n rojọ́ díẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ìgbà yẹn táwa rí pé eléyìí kò sí ìdíwọ́ ìdènà tẹ́nìkan sọ pé àbí torí báyìí ni wọ́n fi ṣe ni àti nítorí tọ̀hún ni wọ́n fi ṣe ni ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká mú ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ lórí ló fi dàbí àbí bàbá tó kàn pọ̀ jù.
ṣé gbogbo ẹ̀ sì lọ lórí pẹ̀lú ìjọ jẹ̀fẹ̀ àbáwọ̀ oníjà kan oṣù yọ.
ọ̀rọ̀ ọba yíyan sẹ́mọ̀ pé onífagagbága ní ó lọ bó ṣe yẹ kó lọ
gẹ́gẹ́ bó òfin ṣe lásìlẹ̀ tó ní ìlànà tí òfin fi sílẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo ìgbà tí nǹkan bá ti ní fàǹfà kódà gan kó jẹ́ láàrin ọmọ ìyá kan náà tó bá ti já mọ́ ẹnìkan lọ àwọn èèyàn ń sábà tètè fẹ́ fi ọ̀rọ̀ mọ ọlọ́run wípé ẹni tó ń gbádé fún mi so lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tí wọ́n pè àtìlẹ́yìn ọmọdé awakọ̀ ọmọ bàbá awakọ̀ nǹkan láàrin ilé yàtọ̀ sí yẹn kò sí nǹkan tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ tó kọjá agbára ìjọba.
wọ́n ní láwọn ìlú kan wọ́n láwọn kan ń bínú wọ́n lọ ní ẹ̀yìn ìjọba lẹ́yìn ọba wọ́n ní ẹ̀bí ìlànà bí wọ́n ṣe náà yàn ọjọ́ ṣẹlẹ̀.
ìjọba kọ́ nínú ìyàn ọba.
lóò ló ṣe lọ.
ẹ mọ̀ pé ètò wà nílùú kọ̀ọ̀kan lórí bí wọ́n ṣe yàn bá. kódà ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìlú ni wọ́n ti ní ìpínlẹ̀ òfin ìpínlẹ̀ wà tẹ́gbẹ́ ìlú kọ̀ọ̀kan lóní tiẹ̀. so nǹkan tí kájọba ti wà ẹ̀ka tó mójútó ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ àti olùdíje tó wà fún ó ní wípé gbogbo àwọn òfin ìlú kọ̀ọ̀kan ní àtòfin tó jẹ́ gbogbogbò táà ń pè ní chiefs law táà ń tẹ̀lé ó jẹ́ ìlànà àtẹ̀lé láti yan ọba iṣẹ́ tiwa láti rí wípé gbogbo ẹni tí ọ̀rọ̀ kàn wọ́n ṣe bó ṣe tó àti bó ṣe yẹ kí n wá kí n là wẹ́lẹ́wẹ́lẹ́ léyìn bá fẹ́ yan ọba bí ìlú ṣe tóbi tó àkóso ìwà ìbò ṣe tóbi tó tàbí kó jẹ́ Iléṣà tàbí kó jẹ́ Ifẹ̀ kí ṣe gbogbo ẹjọ́ ń bí ní ìlú lọ́lẹ́ tó sọ̀ba ìdílé ọba wà ìdílé bàbá àtẹnudá báyìí ló jọba ń bẹ̀.
ẹjọ́ ìṣòro ìfowó bàbá yìí sì ń bẹ̀ èmi tẹ̀rọ gbogbo tó bá ń jáde
àwa wà fún gbogbo Ọ̀ṣun ni so nígbà tí so ìdílé yẹn ọ̀rọ̀ ọba kàn wọ́n torí náà nínú ìdílé yẹn ọ̀rọ̀ kàn wọ́n lábẹ́ òfin lẹ́yìn ọkàn àwọn àfọ̀bàjẹ́ tẹ́ tó ń rí tẹ́ bá tún dé ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn ìdòye gan kì í ṣe owó ìdòye lọ́rọ̀ bá tún kàn bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ní dòye bíi 40 láàrin bẹ́ẹ̀ lógún àwọn ìwà ìfàtúwà wọn tún jẹ́ àfọ̀bàjẹ́ àwọn eléyìí nílùú mi gbogbo ẹni tí ìdókòó sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn ọdẹ wọn ti máa rọ̀ ìlú mi wọn lè má ju méje lọ òfin ìlú mi lè sọ pé 8 ni wọn kéèyàn tó rí kó tó pé 10 yóò ṣe díẹ̀ nílùú tó wọn tó wí tó bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ máa rí ọ̀rọ̀ tún kan àwọn afọbajẹ lẹ́yìn yìí ọ̀rọ̀ tún kan ìjọba àbílẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé àwọn gangan ni ó ṣe kò kárí ètò yìí tó ní tí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ wà fún mi láti rí wípé gbogbo àwọn tọ́wọ́ kàn wọ́n ṣe wọ́n tẹ̀lé ìlànà tá a tẹ̀lé láti rí pé wọ́n ṣe tó káàkiri tó yẹ nǹkan tí sókè ṣe ìjọba kọ́ ní ó ìjókòó tí ó sọ fún àwọn fẹ́ yàn bá ó ní bí wọ́n ṣe yàn aráàlú ní ìjọba fúnra wọn ìjọba kàn wo àwọn wo láwọn ìlànà àtẹ̀lé tí wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ pé kán mọ́ bá a ṣe kó lójú ọ̀nà ìjọba wà tó paríparí rẹ̀ nígbà tí wọ́n bá parí rẹ̀ fúnra wọn tán ìjọba lẹ́yìn ó ṣe òfin lásìlẹ̀ tí ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ wà fọwọ́ sí lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ gbà wọn á ní ìjọba ara ìjọba ń fi àṣẹ sí ọba ara lóyún.
ẹ ṣeun àwọn èèyàn ní àwọn tí wọ́n ń bí wọn láwọn ará ìjọ àti èrè wọn ní wọ́n ń bí ẹ lórí àwọn ọba tó ń yan fún wọn ní àwọn kan tí láwọn gba ilé ẹjọ́ lọ pé ẹ̀yà rí ìjọba mọ́sàǹfà lórí lórí wọn ní pàápàá jùlọ fèrè wọn ní ọba ilé ẹjọ́ kan ti ní kí ìjọba kóra ró lórí àti ìwọ́n lu ẹnì kankan gẹ́gẹ́ bí ààrẹ wọn ní ṣùgbọ́n síbẹ̀ wọn ní ìjọba wọn ní ọ̀nà ààrẹ.
ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun òkè ẹ̀ lè ṣe ìfẹ̀sọ̀ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun kí ilé ẹjọ́ kó dájọ́ kí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun wá sọ pé ilé ẹjọ́ rẹ̀ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun lè ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti lè rí kí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun wá fi lè dá sí fẹ́ gbé gbèsè kan ẹ̀jẹ̀ pé ilé ẹjọ́ ò dádúró nìyẹn ṣùgbọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ rí gbogbo gbèsè tí ẹnikẹ́ni bá ń gbé lábẹ́ òfin ilé iṣẹ́ tó wà fún ètò òfin Ministry of Justice gbogbo nǹkan bá ti rí tá a bá ṣe gbogbo ìgbésẹ̀ tí a bá gbé a gbọ́dọ̀ lọ sí ẹ̀ka ìjọba tí ó ń ṣòfin láti lọ béèrè pé ìgbésẹ̀ àpẹẹrẹ kọ́kọ́ tá a gbé ṣòwò fún mi nígbà tí èèyàn tó lókè àti lọ ọjà bá bọ̀ làmọ́ lọ sí ministry of justice gbogbo ìgbésẹ̀ tẹ́ bá ti gbé
ẹ̀ka ètò ìdájọ́
ẹ bá gbé ìgbésẹ̀ àkọ́kọ́ ẹ lọ sí ìgbésẹ̀ tá a gbé ṣòwò fún mi tó bá tún ti gbé ìṣiṣẹ́ mi ẹ̀ tún lọ bẹ̀ á lọ gba clearance à ń pè clearance ẹ̀ lọ gba ìtọ́ni pé a lè tẹ̀síwájú ìtumọ̀ ibi tó fi rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o káàfin máa lọ síbi ẹ̀ka ètò ìdájọ́ gbogbo tó bá jọ mẹ́jọ tó rọ̀ mọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ní iléeṣẹ́ ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ àti ètò ìjọ kò sí lọ́ọ̀yà ẹ̀yọ kan bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn èrò jọ nígbà ní pé àlẹ́jọ́ ní àgbè fún ẹ̀ka ètò ìdájọ́ gbogbo tí ń jẹ́jọ́ pátá ọ̀dọ̀ wọn lọ́wọ́ so ìdí nìyẹn tó jẹ́ pé ká tó gbé gbèsè àkọ́kọ́ lọ béèrè lọ́dọ̀ wọn tí ò sí ẹjọ́ kankan lórí ẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ bá fi lè ní òwe iléeṣẹ́ tí ó mójútó ètò ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ tó bá lè gbé gbèsè kan ẹ jẹ́ kó ti béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn ẹ̀ka ètò ìdájọ́ kó tó di pé ó gbé ìgbésẹ̀ so iléeṣẹ́ tí wọ́n lè gbé gbèsè kankan láì ṣe pé a gba tí a pè ní ìtọ́ni lábẹ́ òfin lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ka ètò ìdájọ́ so ó dájọ́ wá fẹ́ lọ́kọ́ lu òfin àwọn yìí ní ìsìn lọ́lé ẹjọ́ àwọn ni wọ́n ní gbogbo rẹ́kọ̀dù ẹjọ́ tí ń bẹ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun kò sọ náà tẹ̀tẹ̀ lè gbà tẹ́ fi lè ṣe orí òfin yìí dè yín láti kọjá lọ síbẹ̀ láti lọ gba nǹkan tá à ń tó ní clearance ṣe ká tẹ̀síwájú so kò sí ibi kankan tí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun wọ́n ti gbé gbèsè tí ìsìnkú ẹ̀ka ìtọ́jú ọjọ́ sí pé ẹ tẹ̀síwájú so kò sí nǹkan tó jọ nǹkan tí wọ́n ti fi ọ̀sán.
ẹ ṣe ní àná ní gómìnà lọ gbé ọ̀pá-àṣẹ fún ọba tuntun ní Awólọ́wọ̀ tán àwọn fẹ́fẹ́ wá tó torí ní òfin gbà tẹ́ ẹ ṣàlàyé ẹni gbogbo òdú ló ní àwọn ìdílé ìjọba ìjọba tó gbéṣẹ̀ ní Awólọ́wọ̀ tán wọ́n ní oníṣòro ló kọ bàbá wọ́n ní ìtẹ́túgbọ́ pàṣẹ fúlàní oníṣòro ló sì dìde kàlẹ́ ìjọba ní Awólọ́wọ̀ tán.
ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé ètò ìpínlẹ̀ wọn tí wọ́n sọ ìdílé méjì ìlú mi wà ó jẹ́ pé ìdílé kan náà ni ó sàkọ́kọ́ dé ìlú kan tẹ́ bá wo ìtàn àwọn ìlú wa káàkiri ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun bóyá bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n ṣe débẹ̀ ni o bóyá wọ́n jagun débẹ̀ ni o bóyá wọ́n ságun débẹ̀ ni o bóyá wọ́n tọpasẹ̀ omi débẹ̀ ni o torí nǹkan kan ni ó rìn ní ó ṣẹlẹ̀ tí wọ́n fi dé ìlú rẹ̀ ẹnìkan náà ni ọkọ̀ àṣà àkọ́kọ́ débẹ̀ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ gbà ìdílé tó bá kọ́kọ́ débẹ̀ kó tó di fáwọn yòókù dé ìmọ̀ ìjọba tó bá jẹ́ pé nípasẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ nǹkan ìdílé kan lọ́kọ́ débẹ̀ tí ọba sì jẹ́ pé wá ní ìyàwó méjì bí ó wá ti di pé ọmọ ìyàwó ní ẹ̀tọ́ àtijọ́ ọmọ ìyáálé náà ní ẹ̀tọ́ àtijọ́ ebó kọ bàbá kan náà wọ́n mọ̀ jẹ́ àbúrò mọ́pá ni ó kọ àmọ́ papọ̀ tó fà sí ibi tí ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ ó fi dàbí bàbá pé òun sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ńlá.
ìjọba lónìí ẹkún ní tí à ń gbìyànjú láti wá sọ ní òfin pẹ̀lú àlàyé fẹ́ ṣe ní òfin pé gbogbo àwọn ìlú tí ìjọba fọwọ́ jan àwọn ọba àwọn lóòótọ́ lẹ́nu lọ́nà ìpínlẹ̀ tó gbé ṣé lójú tó wá mọ́ lónìí kò sí ìlú tí ò lọ́ba wọn nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun.
ṣé adúgbò ẹ̀rọ lọ torí wípé àgbàládùá táwọn bàbá wa kí wọ́n mọ̀ kò sí ọmọdé ọmọ bàbá kò kí ìgbà afẹ́ táwọn bàbá wa kí wọ́n pẹ́ ní orí apèrè láàfin tí ọba ọba gbèsè àtún lè yan ọba mi so nítorí náà nǹkan àti ìgbàládùá gan lórí àwọn bàbá wa nísìn ẹ̀ ń pé bàbá tí máa rí tọ́jú lọ́dọ̀ àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀kọ́ mọ́ ní fẹ́ẹ́ kú mọ́ ọmọ kò tẹ́ ẹ lè ṣàdúrà pé kí bàbá òun ó kó torí kò sí bóyá bàbá tó lè dàgbà tó tí ò ní mọ̀ jàǹfààní tí ọmọ ní mọ̀ jàǹfààní tó ní mọ̀ jàǹfààní so tá a bá sọ̀rọ̀ nípa bọ́ba ṣe wà ń lẹ̀sìn àti láwọn ọba ọ̀kan èjèèjì tó kù ṣùgbọ́n gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ti sọ fún tí ìbá ṣe pé wọ́n bá ṣètò yẹn parí ní inú ìkọ̀ ọ̀kan ìjọba.
ìjà wọn bá ṣe tán ni wọn fi tọ́ ilé.
nígbà wọn bá ṣe tán ni tí ọba bá gbéṣẹ́ ọkọ̀ wẹ̀ sí à ọba ti gbéṣẹ́ ìjọba òkè hàn ẹ̀kú ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn o táwọn akọ̀wé síra wa tí wọ́n bá tún ti ṣe òkú tán orí Yorùbá máa ń sòkú tí wọ́n bá tún ti sòkú ó tún kọ̀wé sí à bàbá wa tí ó kọjá lọ àwọn ti ṣe òkú ó tún kọ̀wé sí à nígbà wọn bá kọ̀ ọ̀sán wa náà wà sọ pé ó yá àsìkò tó láti jẹ́ pé ká gbégbèsè o nígbà bá ní wọ́n gbégbèsè náà ni wọ́n gbégbèsè so iṣẹ́ pọ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀ kùkù kó tó di pé a lè sọ wípé ọba jẹ iṣẹ́ pọ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀ kùkù kì í ṣe ìjọba nínú ìyẹn ọba o aráàlú gómìnà wa yóò tiẹ̀ dìgbà tẹ́nìkan sọ pé tẹ́nìkan sọ pé òun ò fẹ́ yan ọba faraàlú kì í ṣe níjọba bàbá Oyètọ́lá tọ́jọ́ wípé tí wọ́n dì sọ́kàn wo ni pé bẹ́ẹ̀ bá yan ọba lọ́wọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣètò ọba ẹ jẹ́ káràlú fúnra wọn kọjá pé àwọn èèyàn yan ọba wọn gẹ́gẹ́ bí òfin ṣe là sílẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá sì ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ ọ̀fún àbá ìfọwọ́ ìfòrò náà gbá àwọn ọ̀gbọ́dọ̀ gbọ́ pé ẹnìkan tó kan ara wọn lọ́wọ́ fẹ́ẹ́ bí ó ti gba pẹ̀lẹ́ kùtù bá wọn ẹ sì dìbò gómìnà wa náà jẹ́jẹ́ ní inú bóyá lẹ́nu wípé tí wọ́n bá ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ẹgbẹ́ ìpínlẹ̀ kálábíà ti wájú ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà bóyá lẹ́nu wípé àwọn ọba ní ṣiṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ṣé ọba tí wọ́n á ń ṣiṣẹ́ àlàáfíà tí òfin sí wàhálà tó bá yẹ pé gbogbo wàhálà ti lọ ní ẹsẹ̀ kúkú ìgbèríko ni wọ́n mọ̀ kó lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn ọlọ́pàá gan ó sàkó lọ bí tiwọn. ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wàhálà tó lè máa wà fún ìjọba fún kìíní ní àwọn ọba ó ti yanjú kọ́ wá jẹ́ pé ẹ̀yin gangan tẹ́ àwọn tẹ́ wá fẹ́ yàn tí wọ́n mọ̀ mójútó àlàáfíà rẹ̀ àwọn gangan rẹ̀ ti wá di ẹgbẹ́ àwọn ọdún tí wọ́n kọ́ ọmọ sára wọn dáadáa. ìbá àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyẹn láyé ìjọ nǹkan bá fẹ́ yọba láwọn ìjọba kan sẹ́yìn tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ yọba wọ́n ti kó mọ̀ kó sì ní òní tó pọ̀ kí wọ́n tó kéde rẹ̀ wọ́n sì ní ìwọ̀ ọmọ ní wọ́n máa ṣe òfin gbẹ́ ẹbí òtún ìjọba kan káwọn èèyàn kìlọ̀ káwọn ẹ̀dá kan tàbí wá dé sí ilé ìjọ sùn ìgbẹ́ ẹ̀dá kan bá kéde náà àbí ẹ bá káwọn ọlọ́pàá ti mọ̀ kó sì ní òní ká tó kéde rẹ̀ ẹ̀dá kan kílẹ̀ sí tí ọ̀tọ̀ fẹ́ kó ọlọ́pàá sáà nìyí ìyẹn gan jẹ́ nǹkan tí èèyàn rí ní kókó náà kàtà ló tó sí o tàbí àmọ̀tẹ́kùn tàbí kínní kan rárá o ṣùgbọ́n nígbà míì ẹ̀ẹ́kàn rí báyìí tó jẹ́ pé ọmọ ìyá àti ọmọ bàbá náà ni ó sọ pé kì í sọ ọmọ ilé wa kì í ṣe kínní kan ibi tí gbogbo orí sọ̀tọ̀ kan ibi tí máa ń sì wà ní. tó tá a bá fi yan ọba bí mẹ́wàá tàbá yan ogún tàbá rí pé lọ́nà kan tàbí méjì ni wọ́n ti ń ṣe àwùjọ ẹ̀rí pé ká dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run kí n àká yan ọba pé mo sọ pé ọba táwọn ní ìsìn ó tó bí ogún mélòó lẹ wáyé dàpọ̀ ní ìsìn táwọn yẹn ti ń gbé. ẹ̀sẹ̀ ayé náà wáyé wá pé sọ́mà náà bó ṣe wáyé náà sí ìsìn ọwọ́ àfọ̀fọ̀n tán yẹn yẹn ni. so
ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ẹ̀kú àwọn èèyàn ní Ọ̀ṣun wọn ní kinní kan ó rú àwọn lójú wọn ní jẹ́ ìjọba ẹ̀yìn ìjọba ṣe wọ́n àwọn ọba lójúṣe kankan ipò owó lẹ́tọ́ àwọn ọba sọ̀rọ̀ tó ìjọba lè ó kàn lè kọ́ni pé àwọn ọba bọ́ọ̀ kó sì lọ dájọba sí ẹ̀fẹ̀ ipò owó ìjọba Oyètọ́lá tó àwọn lọ́balọ́ba sí lóko Ọ̀ṣun.
kó tó di wípé ìjọba Oyètọ́lá èdè ta ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun kódà àwọn ìṣèpàdé lọ́ba ń pín lọ́sùn kó láwọn èso pàdé nígbà tí gómìnà wa Oyètọ́lá ní kí wọ́n rí wípé àwọn nílò ìmọ̀ràn àgbà wọ́n ìpàdé yìí dìde padà wípé káwọn bàbá wa kọ́ máa pé ká máa forí láti gba ìjọba ní àmọ̀ràn tó àkọ́kọ́ iṣẹ́ tí àwọn bàbá wa ń ṣe fún ìjọba ni pé wọ́n ń gba ìjọba nímọ̀ràn lórí bí ìlú ó ṣe dáa pàápàá lórí ọ̀rọ̀ àlàáfíà àti ààbò tó dájú.